Bruce's hourly wage increased from $15.5 to $18.6. What rate of increase does this represent? So we know that his wage in the beginning was $15.5 and then it increased to $18.6. So I'll just write this down here again. So it was 15.5 and then it increased to 18.6. Now before I actually solve this question, let's discuss an outline as to how we're supposed to solve this question. So the first step to solving this question is to find out the difference between the new wage and the older wage. So we figure out the difference. That's the first step. The second step is to use or apply the formula that we have been using for questions such as these. So difference over original number, or the number that we started off with, or in this case the wage that we started off with. And since we need to find out the rate of increase, which also means the percentage change or the percent of increase, we're going to multiply this fraction by 100 and that is going to give us the percent change. So this is it. This question is only going to take 2 steps and we will have the answer. So the first step is to subtract 15.5 from 18.6, or to find out the difference between both these amounts. So let's see what our calculator tells us. 18.6 minus 5.5 equals 3.1. So there's a difference of 3.1, and since the question clearly states that there is an increase, the difference is positive 3.1, which means there's an increase of 3.1. The second step, difference over the original number, or the number that we started off with, or a general rule, the number that is before this 2. So the number before the 2 is $15.5 and we multiply this fraction by 100. So 3.1 multiplied by 100 over 15.5. I can write this down as this. Now if I multiply 3.1 by 100, we've done multiplications of decimals before, so we know that the decimal is going to move towards the right, and since there are 2 zeros, the decimal point moves 2 spaces. So the decimal point now lands right after this 0, which is one place, and then the second place, and since there's nothing in this place, we're going to add the 0 as the placeholder. So 310 over 15.5. So we know that 15 2s are 30, which means we can work this out as well. It should probably be 20, but let's just see what it is. 310 divided by 15.5 is 20. Yes, it's 20. And again, we're talking about percent, so we'll add the percent sign at the end. So 20%. What rate of increase does this represent? It represents an increase of 20%.